They say the perfect crime doesn't exist, not because the plan is flawed, but because the human ego is. For 6 months, the Riverbank Stalker was a ghost. No DNA, no witnesses, just a trail of cold cases that left the city of Oakhaven paralyzed. But on the night of October 14th, the ghost finally took a shape. Not through a high-speed chase or a forensic breakthrough, but through a single, devastating slip of the tongue. 7:15 a.m., a dog walker discovers the body of 24-year-old Sarah Jenkins. The M.O. matches the others: precision, clinical detachment, and a signature lack of evidence. We were looking for a surgeon or a veteran, someone who knew how to move without making a sound. We had nothing. No shell casings, no hair, nothing but a grieving family and a neighborhood in a tailspin. Among the onlookers was Elias Vance, a local high school teacher. He lived 3 doors down. He was the one who brought coffee to the officers. He was the model citizen who offered his own doorbell camera footage before he was even asked. "We appreciate you coming in, Elias. We just want to go over the timeline again. You said you heard a thud around 11 p.m. Yeah, like a heavy suitcase hitting the pavement. I didn't think much of it until I saw the news. It's terrifying, Detective. Sarah was a sweet girl." She was. Now, in your statement, you mentioned seeing a white sedan speeding away. Right. Headlights were off. It turned left onto Mason Street. It was the perfect lead. Detectives spent 48 hours scouring every traffic camera on Mason Street. They found nothing. No white sedan, no headlights. Nothing but a neighborhood as quiet as a grave. Suspicion is a slow-growing vine. Detective Miller began to wonder why the most helpful witness in the case was providing the only lead that led to a dead end. He invited Elias back for a follow-up. "Elias, we checked the Mason Street cameras. We didn't see that sedan. Maybe I got the street wrong. It was dark. I was panicked. Maybe. But we found something else. We looked at your doorbell footage again. The one you gave us. And? It's missing 3 minutes. Right between 11:02 and 11:05. The system logged a manual override. My Wi-Fi is spotty. I told you that." This is the moment where the hunter becomes the prey. Miller decided to pivot. He stopped asking about the night of the murder and started asking about Sarah's belongings. "We're still looking for her phone, Elias. We think the killer took it as a trophy. If we find that phone, we find the guy. You have to find it. I can't imagine what's on there. Photos, memories. The blue keychain she always had." "The blue keychain?" "Yeah. She was always jingling it when she walked her dog." "Elias, Sarah's keys were found in her pocket. There was no keychain. I must have seen it before, another day." "No. We searched her apartment. We talked to her parents. Sarah didn't own a blue keychain, but Megan Reed did. And we never released that detail to the public. We told the press it was a red lanyard. Only the killer knew it was a blue keychain." In his effort to be the most helpful witness, to insert himself into the heart of the investigation, Elias Vance had kept a mental inventory of his trophies. In a moment of supreme arrogance, he confused the victims. Underneath the floor of his guest room, police found a small velvet bag. Inside were the keys to 5 different houses, and attached to one of them was a worn, blue plastic keychain. Elias Vance was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. He thought he was the smartest person in the room. He thought he could guide the narrative of his own crimes. He wanted to watch us fail from the front row. He just didn't realize he'd given us the script.